attack, they've got to keep it running onto the ball, and they're getting overrun a couple of times on the intercepts. We saw Nat Von Berto and Moni Gerard pick up a couple of great balls. They'll get a few more calls down this end. They're down the New Zealand umpire's end, and she's more likely to blow a whistle a little bit often. So they need to make the most of those. Defensively, they're not doing too bad a job. It's their transition play that is letting them down on occasion.
You'll see here, trying to work their ball forward, and almost every pass under pressure. And again, Mentor is really just unsettled Van Dyke early, Sherelle.
Yeah, she has a bit, trying to get another rejection on that one, but unfortunately didn't quite get it then.
Lauren Van Dyke's got a really low release for a tall player, so that's something that you think about when you're defending her. And if you get your timing right, her shot is actually reasonably vulnerable.
No changes from either side at quarter time. Borrego's first attempt here is good to start the second quarter. Ian Shuttleworth kept an eye on the Thunderbirds at quarter time.
Certainly did, Luca. Look, Erin Bell was told by Jane Woodlands-Thompson, keep backing yourself in, keep throwing up your shots. We've got confidence in you to do the job. But interestingly, though, several times during this season, the Thunderbirds coaching staff have been worried about how their team gets in front and then they ease up. When they enjoy a big lead, they often do ease up and let the opposition side back in the contest. But over to you, Sue, from the Magic bench.
Thanks, Shuts. Well, not much happening at the Magic bench in terms of changes, and I don't think we'll see much of that at all throughout the game. The 7 on the court will probably remain. Nolene Tarua, the coach of the Magic, plenty to say, plenty of direction, in particular to Frances Soler at wing attack and to Jodie Brown at goal attack, trying to talk about the setups and the structures to expose Van Dyke at the post. Was not at all happy with the way that they were going, so we can hopefully see a better use of the ball from them going into to this quarter.
Nice work, Sue and Ian there, reporting from quarter time. So beaten now with possession, long ball, and Williams comes up with her first big play, a win against Borrego.
Williams has got a couple of deflections, but that's the first big intercept she's got, and what a great intercept. She's so athletic. It's a brave move from Emily Beaton to try and go over the top of Williams when she had space to contest.
Contact goal shooter. Damage contact attack.
Slick movement on that occasion. Through the hands of Todd, and now they're trying to force the long ball in. Irene, but just overcooked that one a little.
Yeah, and that's what was working for them last week, that really quick, slick ball movement into the circle, but just not quite getting the touch on that one.
Von Berto, who has possession now. The major semi-final did not have a turnover for the entire game. She's the Australian centre. Was the Holden Cruise Player of the Year in 2009. Runner-up again in 2010. Very consistent performer.
Yeah, she's phenomenal, particularly for a mid-court play to not have a single turnover. When you look at her stat sheets now, there's not a turnover, just the 3 penalties, numerous assists and an intercept and a deflection. So she's doing work at either end of the court. And there we see her doing the same thing again, really using her reach.
Doing it both ends of the court, Von Berto. Late in there on Langman.
The Thunderbirds in the circle, as we see here, really sticking to a very tight one-on-one style of defence. Jiva Mentor just getting the job on Irene and allowing her to contest that ball when it goes up.
Choosing to use Brown on this occasion.
Well, smart work from Brown. She's balking, she's putting her body in under the defender. Neither Mentor nor Gerard in any position to get out of the way, so she pulls a couple of penalties and gets rewarded with a goal.
Yeah, rewarded with her 3rd goal. It'll be keen for her to really get involved in the scoring, maybe take some pressure off Van Dyke, who's not started as strongly as we'd normally expect.
And what the Thunderbirds are quite good at, as we're seeing a little bit here, is if things aren't on forward, they're playing it back quite well. They're being really patient, not letting too many loose passes go in. As we see, Erin Bell still putting those goals up, and she's really got her eye in now, which is great to see.
Yeah, she shot that goal under all sorts of pressure. Casey Williams all over the shot.
Dan Mentor really working the superstar Van Dyke over. And she just has got a look of discomfort about her today. Normally all smiles, Irene, but nothing really easy for her today, as it was in the final last week. She shot 43 from 44 and just had it all her own way.
She did, and last week she really managed to get Sonia McClomas sitting right on her hip, and that's what set up the space behind her. Today, Jiva Mentor's footwork is just so much better than McClomas was last week. She's moving around, she's not making it obvious where the space is, and that's what's making it hard for the Magic feeders to get the ball to her.
Slick little bounce pass. Bell to Borrego. Rolling ball, and it drops. So crowd love it. 10,000 strong sellout here. Just 12 minutes, and they are very excited about their side's chances early, Cheryl.
And really great work there from the Magic. A little bit of razzle-dazzle from Laura Langman on the sideline to keep it in. That's what they need. When they're playing their best, they're letting the ball flow and they're, getting into that game with that enthusiasm. It's what we need to see more of.
Trailed by 7 at quarter time, the Magic. And been able to reduce that back to 6, but they look a little more settled for Mindless.
Yeah, they do. And they're just starting to pull some ball in through their defensive line. Casey Williams is starting to move around, but opportunity gone missing there. There's not going to be too many missed shots, you get the feeling, from this Thunderbird circle, so they've got to jump all over every rebound. Felt like last week against the Swifts, Jodie Todd actually did an awful lot of work. Brilliant feed there to Van Dyke. That's where Magic can actually start to eat into this deficit, just by letting the ball go to Van Dyke. She will take those sort of spectacular balls 9 times out of 10.
And she shouldn't have taken it. see the feed from Jodie Brown. It was just not in her reach for mine, but she's just so athletic she was able to pull it in.
Fantastic clean take it was. These two sides met in round 14. The Magic won a big game, 53-44. And on that occasion, as we see Borrego take it, Casey Williams had the better of Borrego. Have you seen the matchup so far?
I think Borrego's turned the tables. Really nervous start. Casey Williams is doing absolutely everything within her power. Borrego, though, is just that much better. So she's shooting 16 from 18. Had a great first quarter. Williams is starting to play away into this quarter, though, and you get the feeling from all the Magic side that they're just starting to get the feel for this match.
Oh, big play, Leighton threw it away, though. Now Brown just forces a very sharp pass to Van Dyke, who shouldn't make a mistake right under the ring. Sue Gordian is our courtside expert. What are you seeing, Sue?
Well, I'm seeing a great game of netball, Luke, and in particular, I'm just interested this quarter to note Jodie Todd spending a little bit more time with Casey Williams covering Carla Borrego. I think the obvious intent there is to put the ball in Erin Bell's hand, see if she can shoot the game out. They spoke about it at quarter time. Nolene Tarua asking Todd just to do a little bit more footwork around so it covered a bit more space, but I think the intent seriously was let's close Borrego off and see what Bell can do.
Oh, just the narrowest of margins there for Williams. It was a clean block.
It was beautiful.
Called for being under the 3 feet. Liz, I get the feeling you didn't like the call.
Yeah, I was a long way away from it, but I still didn't like it. So just a few things starting to fall Magic's way at the moment, and that starts to happen when you start to play with confidence. There's a few players in this Magic lineup who are really sort of confidence people and confidence players, and when they get their tails up, they come home hard and strong.
Tony Brown has had a record number of assists, 18 in her recent performances. Gets it to Van Dyke, and you just saw her get a little ball over the top as an assist to Irene. Her first for the game, though.
Which is a little bit surprising, really. That connection, as we said before, has been one of the really beautiful things to watch over the last few weeks in this Magic lineup.
Borrego being forced to do a little bit more work there in order to get hold of the ball. Still good enough, though. Just when that ball's in the air, you just know she's going to pull it in most times.
Thunderbirds went on a run mid part of the first quarter, 10-minute period where they scored 10 of 11 goals. Since then, it has been an incredibly even contest, and Mentor has been granted possession there.
Massive play from Mentor. She was really vulnerable. Van Dyke had a great hold, but she moved her feet, got to the ball. Huge play in the context of this quarter. You just get the feeling that Magic are settling in. That would have just drawn another one back for them.
Instruction, goal attack.
Goes defensively back.
Holding.
And the ball goes the way of Bomberto.
Nat Bomberto trying to sneak an extra couple of metres, and why not? You want to get as close as you can to Borrego.
Pass or shot. Sit.